A poll released by Ipsos today showing that 1/3 of Canadian parents believe school zones are unsafe. This just days after a 5-year-old died after being pinned between two vehicles while being picked up at school. Traffic volume and dangerous driving behavior such as double parking, speeding, rolling through stop signs, stopping in areas not designated for it are the biggest concerns. Janelle Massa now with more about those in our community speaking out about school drop-off safety.
We're outside of St. Raphael Catholic School, where a community is in mourning after a 5-year-old girl was killed here earlier this week. Now, that was the result of an unoccupied vehicle that got away, but parents here are using it as an opportunity to sound the alarm on their concerns of the dangers outside of the school before and after the bell rings, with the number of cars and pedestrians and some of the dangerous maneuvers that they see in this area. Now, one researcher we spoke with says a very simple fix could help make this area safer for pedestrians.
What we are really pushing is for people to get out of the cars and be walking their kids to school, because that will ultimately reduce traffic congestion and reduce problems around schools. We do know from our research and from discussions with the school board in the City of Toronto that the majority of kids do live within the 1.6 kilometers walking distance of a school. A lot of parents are driving those kids to school unnecessarily. They have perceptions that things are more dangerous out there in terms of traffic. So they drive their kids to school, and there's issues around convenience and getting to work on time. But we do feel that a lot of kids who are being driven to school are able to walk to school.
Linda Rothman with the Research Institute for Sick Kids Hospital says their studies have found common bad behavior outside of 88% of the schools they observed, specifically parents dropping kids across the street and letting them jaywalk, making inappropriate U-turns, and parking in a way that blocks the view of pedestrians and other drivers. She says while designated drop-off zones do help curb some of this behavior, she says the real solution is simply having less cars on the roads outside of schools. Now, this area here is a 15-minute drop-off zone, but it is not officially on school property, so they technically don't have any jurisdiction. Now, the TCDSB did just vote 5 days ago to look at if they could come up with a feasibility study of potential kiss and rides outside of their schools. Now, City News viewer alerted us to this issue. If you have something you'd like us to look into, here are all the ways you can get in touch. Janelle Massa, City News.